talk yours, cause I'ma talk mine. We talking that talk, yeah, it's about time. You can talk yours and I'ma talk mine. We talking that talk, yeah, it's about time.
What it do, what it do? Welcome to another episode of Talk That Talk TV. It's your boy Boss B. Shout out to all my supporters, subscribers. You know, this is episode 9. Fortunately, I'm at 160 subscribers. Shout out to everybody who's subscribing, sharing, liking, hitting the notification bell. You know what I'm saying? All your messages, all your comments, all your bad criticism, all that is being taken into consideration when I do this podcast. I do this for St. Louis. I do this for us. I do this for, the blacks. You know what I'm saying? I got to put on for us first, and then we can put on for somebody else. But unfortunately, times has been bad. I ain't been around. I ain't been back, but I'm back. So this episode 9, and when I do these podcasts, I have to reach out to, the black entrepreneurs, the people I see that's doing things in the community, that's being leaders and being founders and doing things like that, and making sure that us as black, being united, we stick together and we support each other. So, I'm at this beautiful place that I always come to and lounge and hang, and it's a beautiful establishment. So I had to get the boss man of the beautiful establishment on this podcast so we can do this, and so you can let the people can see who this guy is, because the guy really don't really be, off in the mix like that. It's kind of like a ghost to it, but I just felt like, the people need to know who he is, because he does a lot, you know what I'm saying? Him and his family has gave a lot to St. Louis. So, I'm at the Warehouse West Bar and Grill, a beautiful establishment, but I got to get to the one and only, man, my boy Ty, man. Appreciate you for coming on, bro, man. For sure, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to get our proper hello in.
It's just something that he always do, man. He said, I got to do this with you.
How you be, baby?
How you doing, man? How you doing, man?
Blessed, brother. I'm blessed.
Appreciate, man, you let me come out into the establishment to do this, because it's something I've been wanting to do. So actually, you're the first one that I actually have done on the road with since I've been doing this. So that's something I want to do, but I felt like I need to do with her, and I need to talk to you, because a lot of people don't know about, how the Warehouse West, where it came from. It's another warehouse, and when people hear the warehouse, it's like my guy thought it was another warehouse. Shout out to the warehouse on Broadway. Shout out to C's and those guys over there. But I told him it's Warehouse West, and it's on the west side. You know what I'm saying? One of the best sides. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure we got over here, and I just wanted to explain to them, because I actually don't know. What the idea and the whole thing came from. So with that being said, I just want to let them know what was the idea, the whole, what I'm saying, where did it start?
Yeah. So I grew up in this neighborhood on the west side, right here on this corner at Hamilton and Ridge. This is where I grew up, this neighborhood I grew up in. This was a building that had over 100 classic cars in it, all the way up to the roof. 100 classic cars. They were in here working on it. And I seen this building when I was growing up. It was a blessing. This building was a blessing, because there was a situation that happened. Most people seen it in the news years ago, where the person that was working in the building, he actually got killed because they were still in the classic cars out here. So after that happened, the owner of the daughter of the owner, because the actual owner was in the home, she was like, I need to sell the building. She saw me growing up in this neighborhood, and she actually was talking to my sister Alicia, and then told Alicia what it was and different things like that. My sister Alicia came to me and said, bro, what you think? And so we went in and walked around the building. It was, if you've seen some of my Instagram stories from the beginning,
I think I remember seeing it.
you could see all the way from the front, all the way back to the elevator.
Pretty bad condition.
Yeah. So it originally, went through that and different things like that when the owner, the daughter, she came to me and Alicia and said, I want to get rid of the building, I want to give it to y'all. Then me and Lisa went through the process, we talked and different things. So we eventually, she was like, we were going to do a bidding war and all that. I knew I couldn't do no bidding war. I talked to Lisa about it. She said, but then the lady circled the block, came back and said, we want you guys to have it. Can you get it? Me and Lisa got it. So my sister is actually the one that brought the concept to me. Not the concept of purchasing the building.
Right.
And that was way over, like this is our 5th year opening with Warehouse West, but the building we've had longer than that. because of the construction and all that, it took a while to get it up and going. But I originally was going to do a salon, like a salon lounge type thing. That was my original. That was my original concept. But after talking to Lisa and sitting down and showing some things in line, this is stuff that we grew up around when we were younger. So why not do the same thing that we see other places do? Why can't we own one of these places too? So it was important to me at the time, things that I had going on I was able to get the capital to build this place out. They would always tell me, don't do it over here on the west side.
Oh, you got a lot of that.
We're not going on the west side.
Sure.
We're not going out of that. Don't do that on the west side.
Sure.
But one of the biggest things, I see on the internet, some of those memes and the ones that are associated with me, when you tell me what I can't do, I'm going to show you what I can.
For sure.
So when you tell me I can't sell premium liquor on the west side, yes, we can. You're not going to tell me what I can't do on the west side.
They say you can't sell premium liquor on the west side.
Yeah, they said they wouldn't come. So the blessing in the situation is they did come. I've been fortunate enough to have a whole bunch of people that work with me in business. So that's how it came to be. And then I decided that I wanted to come up with a concept. Actually, my cousin Jermaine actually gave me the name Warehouse West. And at the time, I've supported all the different bars in there and different things like that. At the time, I didn't know where I wanted to go with it, but it kind of organically turned into something itself. A place where you can come chill with your partner and different things like that. This is where they come. I have a huge women following. And yeah, they like the mixed drink concept and different things like that. And I try to make sure that I put, I care into everything that I make and different things like that. And because I like that vibe. I like being a place where women are comfortable, relationships are comfortable, and people come in here and sit down. I like my rowdy nights with wall to wall too, but the thing that kind of put us on the map was our ability to be able to just come, have a place to come and chill, watch the game on a 90-inch, different things like that. The place just come and relax. On Sundays, we have where you can bring your kids down here and sit and chill. And then we have a night where you gotta get the kids a lot of that. But that was a concept that I wanted to do where you can come and be comfortable and you're just not gonna tell me what I can't do in my own neighborhood.
So basically, far as like you wanted to do, it seemed like you wanted to make a staple in the community for some to be able to have like in further years to come, like Warehouse West was a place. It wasn't just a bar and grill. It was a place where you can bring your kids, where you can have business meetings, where you can have gatherings and doing that. So it's like a staple in the community. So the idea is seeming like it was more 100-year-ish.
Yeah, it's a long-term vision.
You're right.
It's a long-term vision,
Right.
And it's crazy because the person I was with at the time when I first got the building is, that's why you pick your partner. She was like, don't do it. Don't do it, right?
No.
Yeah.
Don't do it. You gonna get that, so
yeah. I looked at it from a long-term vision. This ain't nothing I'm trying to get rich off of today. This is something that I wanted to give to the community, give back to my community. I could have followed like everybody else told me, taking it to some of our other areas and different things in St. Louis, in the county, go to St. Charles. I could have did all of that.
Right.
But why can't we have it down here? Why can't we as a community have something like this in our neighborhood? Why can't we say we want to be able to, put on clothes and go to Warehouse West or do something, or just go chill at Warehouse West and it be safe? And there's no issues, there's no drama and different things like that. People look for that.
Right, safety most definitely is, something that people look into with these days with all the violence and so that's most definitely one of the, more than the liquor prices and the chicken wings. People want to feel safe. They don't want to feel like they can come somewhere and when they come, they're gonna have a nice time, as you say. And plus, get some good food and be able to get home safely to be able to have a nice time. But for the next time, sometimes you feel like people look at certain areas and like you said, that was really like taking a chance, really trying to feel because you felt, that's how you felt about your dream, your ambition and how you felt about this building. But some people will say, why in the hell would you put something on the west side in the middle of the whole struggle?
Because they don't know the history. They don't know about white flight. And I'm explaining this how this relates to me. They don't know about white flight. They don't know about the systematic thing put in place to get blacks out of these houses in the city. These all brick buildings where we're losing our grandmother houses and different things like that.
For sure.
They don't know the history of that. And what I mean by that and how it relates to me is, and white flight is, this used to be all white.
It most definitely did.
It used to be all white.
For sure.
But
right.
you know, in Missouri, so when we had Missouri, and we had a huge auto industry footprint here. You had Ford, you had General Motors, you had Chrysler, different places like that. So we as blacks, we were doing really, really well. So in our head, let's move to the city where the white people is. So when I talk about, and this is all documented, so it went from whites in the city, we moved into the city, the whites moved out to North County. Then when we got the Chrysler money for it, we want to go to North County too.
Right.
Then when we went to North County, the whites went to St. Charles. We went to St. Charles, St. Peter's. Where the whites come back to? The city. They taking over these houses. That's brick houses. That's 3-layer bricks. You go 1 mile down there, the whole street are full of, whites moving in this area, which I don't have a problem with. I just wanted my people to understand that dynamic.
Right.
Because they let us lose our grandmother houses and different things, and they took them over. Now these houses in this area almost 150, 200,000, different things like that, and they may not look that, but that's their value.
That's their value for sure.
Yeah.
So the future of Warehouse West, what other visions you got for Warehouse West?
A lot, and this is just the first floor done. What I envision is someplace where you can chill. We have live bands we have performances, live bands. We have showcases and different things that happen on the garage side. My vision, that was my first vision, was the first one. Me, again, you're not gonna tell me what I can't have. I wanna do something more exclusive and private on the second floor. And then also, not sure what the plan is for the third, but my dream, 2024 dream, end of 23, if I can, is to get the roof going. It's to build out on the roof and have a rooftop bar, rooftop vibe. I want to be the place in St. Louis where you can come and you don't have to go out other places. You can come right in your neighborhood and do a rooftop bar, have a rooftop party and different things like that. So that's the short-term vision. Ultimately, I want this to be a place to where people can come and make money with me. I want people to come and partner with me in different things like that, to where we can empower our people and grow together. I have a problem, and it's specifically in our culture. I think all those other beautiful venues around the city are great. All those venues are absolutely beautiful, but I understand my place doesn't look like, for example, a pageant.
Right.
But give us an opportunity. Come in and invest in your own.
Right.
Partner with somebody like me and come in and let's grow together. But I understand the attractiveness to being on the stage at the pageant and different things like that. When I say that, I'm not talking about your big mainstream audience. I'm talking about some of my local acts. Come, let's build with me. So I've been working at a little bit at a time, and I want to see that portion of it grow as us as a culture just work together, because other cultures do that. Let's work together and build each other up, because that's one of the main things that when people come and want to work with me, whether it's somebody that want to do something here, a promoter or anything, I don't want anybody coming here that they're not benefiting off of it too. I won't even do a deal with you unless you're making some money too. Yeah. I want you to make. If you're not making no money, I don't want to do the deal. I want both of us to mutually make whatever the split is. I want us to mutually, everybody walking out with something in their pocket. That's how I've done business. That's good business, and I want to continue to do business that way. I've had plenty of people say, "I'll come in here and do it off just because you tired." I'll do it because whatever reason. I don't want that. I want us to make money together.
So I know it's a lot of ups and downs that come with this lifestyle, this nightlife, that come with the business of liquor, and So what's your biggest critic to being a bar owner?
My biggest critic is that is the mistake people thinking that I'm just a borrower. I'm not. I'm an investor. I'm a businessman. I have all kind of different angles, and that's the big. Yeah, is this a part of my investment? Yeah, but I don't want people to. When you talk about critic standpoint, that's the biggest thing. They think I'm just a borrower, and I'm not. One of the other things that's challenging from a bar perspective is us. In our culture, different things like that. If our relationship's sour, if you and our relationship's sour, why can't we just part ways in peace? Why does it have to be somebody else trying to come down and take something or make us look bad because the relationship's sour? And there's nothing wrong with a relationship going your separate ways. We don't have to be mad. We don't have to beef. Let's just go our separate ways. But every single time, it's, no, they do that over at Warehouse West. They ain't doing that at Warehouse West. Or it's always turns into something. But I know I do good business. I like doing business with my people. I like doing business with anybody if it makes sense. Everything is not a fit for Warehouse West. And that's the thing that kind of sours people too, is, well, he don't want to have that. Well, I don't. And that should be okay. Because I have a regular clientele that I want to care for. And I want to make sure they continue to come back, whether they're buying a $2 bottle of water or whether they're buying a $25 shot of whatever. Yeah. So that's kind of the perspective I have more coming from.
So far as like, customer service quality field should be at what standard in the bar field?
Yeah. That's a good question. So I'm big on it, and my team know that I'm huge on customer service. I want to get that out of our culture, because you come into the West Side or you're going into the city that you're going to expect this level of customer service. My team knows if you got somebody coming up here and spending their money, you need to be respectful, nice. You need to have great customer service. I don't buy into that. Oh, it's just my attitude or whatever that you're gonna. No, that's my customer. And if you're not going to treat them like a customer, then get out the way.
That's a great answer right there. That was great. That was really the response that was needed. That was needed to be, because some people think that customer service goes off beauty.
Yeah.
Or booties. I think customer service is off intelligence and, being consistent on, making sure the customer's always satisfied, or trying to be, because you can't satisfy all the customers. So I think communication is real big with the customer too. Absolutely. So
now that you mentioned that, it's just been always my perspective. I would rather you walk away feeling like you're whole than you to walk away feeling like you lost something. You know what I mean? I would rather you walk away and feel like you had an experience. For example, a young lady felt like on a Sunday, she felt like she was overcharged for something. Just give it to her. I want you to walk away feeling whole. I'm not gonna let nobody come in and abuse that. But you new here, and I don't want you to come and leave away with no bad impression. So it don't cost me nothing to send that person away with a smile, instead of a bad experience. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So Warehouse West, so how does so you guys open 7 days a week?
We're actually open Tuesday through Sunday. Now, I have plenty of people that want to open up on my money, and I will. It's just the relationship needs to make sense. Right. That's kind of all of our off day. That's the day we go out and support other businesses. If you look at my Instagram and Facebook, you'll see, hey, closed today, moving around. I want to come around and support. We're your favorite bartenders. Let's go around and support. We do that all the time. You see my social media, it's on there. So I think eventually we'll open on Monday. But right now it has to make sense to open up on a Monday in line with taking our only off day away. And this ain't no easy business to have.
Right.
If don't nobody walk through that door, everybody still got to get paid. So you got to be strategic in it, and it's not an easy business, man. It's not an easy business. That's why you got to have a good support team. You got to have people that don't mind working, and you just got to have a good team around you, man. That's important. It's just to have a good team. I have some people that have been with me for a while, and then I have some people that are new. Ultimately, I want to continue to grow my team, especially as I get the second floor done and get the roof. But one of the things that I pride myself on is if you're gonna be here for a period of time, figure out what you can sell yourself. You know, here, whether it's you selling masks, you selling bracelets, charms. Set you up a station or something here and make some money yourself while you just sitting here or while you serving drinks. I want you to get something. It's a big space. Get you something so you can make some money too. So that's one of the things I stress with my team. How can you generate more money while you're here too?
So, so does the ups and downs, or you have more bad or more good?
It's way more ups.
Way more ups.
Way more ups. That's at least that's been my experience. But you just have to watch the people that you have around. You even have to watch the customers that are coming through your door, because some of them are hurt for bad reasons. Some of them are here to go and say, well, they're doing that down, or they doing this with the liquor down there.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask.
That ain't me. Ain't never been me.
A lot of these, I don't be knowing, like, that's a like big question mark in the nightlife world right now. Is the liquor authentic? Is it well liquor? Like, a lot of people, like, I ain't never heard about the Warehouse West, but a lot of other establishments, and y'all know who y'all are, they done already had questions of, so because people that drink what they drink know what it is, you know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about the critics about people saying that liquor could, or,
It's been said about us.
Oh, okay.
It's been said about us, if I'm being honest. But the people that know me know that I would never do anything like that. I do think I think a lot of places get, I should say I don't know anything about that. Okay. I don't know how they're cutting liquor. I don't know how that's not something I even participated in. Nobody can tell you that. Like I said, the people that have said, the one or two people that have said it, there was a ulterior motive of them saying
right.
Either the relationship soured, or they was just being that type of person, or he on the west side, so he gotta be doing it. I just don't know anything about that. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what the right mix. I stay away from even. That's just not associated with me at all. Because if you do this business right, you shouldn't have to do it, right? If you make your money off the bottle, if you're investing it back in the business like you should be, I don't think you should have to do that. But again, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, B. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know anything about that. I've never done it. Like I said, to my knowledge, there's only been two people that have ever said it. One was a DJ that I fired, and then the other one, I don't even know what her premise and basis of saying it was.
That's why you know how it be when you get rid of somebody.
Yeah.
Like a bad relationship is always going to be something. So
but I mean, I can't sit here and say it's not happening. I have to tell you that I just don't know anything about it. Have I been at some places and got sick yet? I have. Because that's something that I know what I drink.
Right.
And when I left, have I had to pull over and throw up? Yeah. Because I know it wasn't right. But again, I would never, whatever they hustle is or whatever they got to do or whatever is working for them, I'd never say their name. I'd never put them out there. I'd never do anything.
Did you go back to the establishment?
No. No.
I bet you did.
No, I didn't. No, because it's dangerous, right? What are you mixing up? You could kill somebody, right? You know what I'm saying? If I'm relatively really healthy, and I had to pull over and throw up after I left the place, so that should tell you that it's probably. So I know it's out there. I just don't know it. I don't know anything about it. It's not associated with me at all. It's nothing that I've never done. Nobody can show you anything that says that I've done it. Like I said, the two people that I know, it sounded like they had an agenda.
Wish it was where we been. We got the pool table over here, I see.
Yeah.
2 dartboards.
Yes, sir.
We got the 90-inch.
Yeah.
Booths. Then we got another side.
Got another side.
Got the garage side.
Got the garage side. So one of the things that I wanted to do was, before Rich Friends came, it was just me and my sister. And what I wanted to do was provide a place. My sister works for BJC. I wanted to do something for her to where she can cook. That was the biggest thing. My sisters cook like my mom, and my mom loved it. She loved what I was doing here before she passed in 2017. But I wish you could have seen it be this.
Nah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So when she came on the garage, Lisa was like, Lisa, what do you want your kitchen to look like? So we built the workstation where people can walk up to it, order their food. But then, you know, one of the things that I want to be better at is using that side in the summertime for when it's beautiful outside. I want to bring bands and stuff over there. You know, we had Dougie Fresh last week up 2 blocks from here. 2 blocks. You can't tell me we can't do that 2 blocks on Warehouse West.
Most definitely got to manifest. You most definitely got to manifest all that, man. And that's why I code though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to believe, and you got to believe first, you know what I'm saying? So Absolutely. You got to make somebody else believe. And you know how, you know, it's a following, we're in a following lifetime that where people see.
Yeah.
And then they jump on, they don't really have their own vision, their own, you know, things until they see somebody else really accomplish it. So, you know, I appreciate you putting this back in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Giving back. This is giving back to the community. This is back, you know, giving back to what we need, regardless of the circumstance or our surroundings, or our product, or our environment, or the people we around. That even though he in the hood, he said fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You took a chance, and some people wouldn't even do that. You know what I'm saying? So some people look at it as why, but like I said, it's more of a 100-year-ish plan that something like a big staple in the West Side. So this is something that you'll always remember, the Warehouse West, what they did, because ain't nobody never did it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that we really need. Like I just said, on Sundays you can have the kids up here, kid friendly, and when it's time to shut it down, it's nighttime. You know what I'm saying? It's adult time, and to be able to have those different platforms and be able to flip it up and down, that's a great thing, because you can't do that at those places. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen that, or they not gonna promote that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they not. That's not. It's a different type of establishment. Yours more like you on some Matthew Dickey type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like let's go over there to that. You know what I'm saying? They got that over there. They doing this over there. Like you said, W Fresh was 2 blocks down. Why can't we W Fresh come 2 more blocks down? West. Like, absolutely. That's just real shit right there. Like, so you know, with everything you do, I appreciate the whole. So you know, I'm supporting it. You know, everybody I got some support. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see if we can check that upstairs out though. We can.
Absolutely, we're gonna do that. We can check out whatever you want to keep the conversation pushing, bro.
Show you something that's probably different that y'all probably didn't know that was in the hood. So this is something that we really, I think y'all need to see this, because I think when y'all see it, y'all will be able to see the vision and be like, that is something that need to be done, and that's something that really need to be. Because I've been thinking about the shit all night. Shit is crazy, like for real, like the shit crazy, like.
And I know I can't do it by myself. I gotta have partnerships. I know I gotta have, but that's the important part, is the right partnership, the right investor, the right situation.
For sure, right situation.
To have the right situation, because ultimately I'm letting you in and letting you take part of something that I consider my baby, something that I grew from scratch, grew from nothing, and made it into a place where people come and enjoy. Like I said earlier in the conversation, this is a huge women following here, huge. And for me to, you know, I was raised by all women, so for me to create something where women are safe, that's dope for me.
You heard what he said? He has a huge women following. That means when you come to Warehouse West, it would not be a sausage party. It would not be a sausage party at Warehouse West. We had nothing but beautiful women, great vibes, all that above, hookahs, great food, all that. So Warehouse West is not a sausage party. It's most definitely buns of steel around here. You hear me? For sure. Like for real. Like I love it. Like I tell everybody, like here, my man's that really didn't know what it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know a lot of people I told about it, they said they heard about it. But like I told you in the beginning, a lot of people get it mixed up with the other warehouse. You know what I'm saying?
It's a gift and a curse. I've had a lot of customers tell me, Ty, we don't tell people about this place on purpose. And even though that hurts me, I appreciate it. And this is why.
Yeah, you gotta say why.
It hurts me because it hurts my business, because you're not, you know, the best advertisement is word of mouth.
Right.
But I appreciate they enjoy themselves here this much that they don't want any hyper outside element to come in and ruin it. Because I've had my issues in the beginning. I've had my issues like every other place that you have to work through your problems and different things like that. But I've had customers that just want me to keep it low key, lounge, back. But I have a small group of people that want to see it back to back. So I try to cater to them all. But my regulars, I want to make sure that I keep that core and that foundation of how I got there, right?
So since COVID, what do you think your best night is since everything's been back regular? So pre-COVID, how was it? And after COVID, how was it?
Pre-COVID, it was great. Everybody was eating. Bartenders was doing well. Kitchen was doing good. I was doing good. Everything was clicking on all cylinders. But we all know, everybody knows that COVID brings out the hustler in the people.
Exactly.
You got to come different avenues. We were shut down here, so that's a true test of what your drive, your ambition, your goal. Because COVID was almost 2 years.
Sure.
You know, and it shut you down to that
Strong.
extent. And for us to be still standing after COVID, do you know how many businesses, and I mean businesses way bigger than this, making way more money than this place. They gone.
Yeah, they gone for sure.
They gone, but mine was more strategic. Again, mine was a long-term vision. I wanted to have a place where, you know, I can have for a long time, that I ain't got to worry about some of the different things that other businesses have to worry about, like mortgages and different things like that. So mine was more of a unique circumstances to where I didn't have, when they shut you down, the banks still want their money. That really wasn't my situation where I had to pay money, right? So it's just ours. This is Warehouse West is mine. You know, building is owned by me and Alicia. It's just a situation where I didn't have the same challenges as other places through COVID. Now after COVID, fortunately it was great. Things picked back up. People were kind of not waiting to get here. They came out understanding that some of the people were just coming out and helping these businesses get back on their feet. So when they started to open it up a little bit, I took advantage of, pull up and get your drink, delivering drinks, different things like that. Again, COVID brought out the hustling in people. So after COVID and up to today, it's been a blessing, man. I've had good business partners. I've had good people that came in and worked for me. Some worked great, some didn't work great. You know, some put on pause until the future. But we'll get back to it. But again, I just want to do good business, man. I don't want to do no drama, no situation where, again, like I told you earlier, I'd rather you walk away with more than what was owed to you than me and you walk away.
Reflection.
There you
go. I agree.
Yeah. Now we ain't gonna do business again.
Right, it's just.
But you feel like you whole, I'm good. Let's walk away. We ain't gotta have no beef. There's too much of that out there already.
Right.
You know.
I agree.
But most situations that I've had to where it fell out, was when the situations didn't serve both people. They only served them. And then when I said, no, remember in the beginning?
That's a problem.
Yeah, it needs to serve both ways. That's usually how the situations get broke apart. It's not serving both, or even you're not respecting me on my business. That's another big one.
So what's the word I'm looking for? What's a deal breaker in the boy business?
I think anything shrouded in respect, you can work through. For me, a deal breaker is a couple things. I put a lot of, no bank loans. Put a lot of money in it, my money. And yeah, I had broke days, but I came out with something pretty special. But from a deal breaker perspective, as long as it's shrouded in respect and we have a disagreement, that's something we can work through. It's when deal breaker with me is when you're not respecting me and you're not respecting my business, and if you don't respect either one of those, If you don't respect my business, you can't be respecting me. So it's the respect aspect. I've had people come and, they're the promoter and the promoter out of town. And I'm like, what?
You told the promoter out of town.
The promoter out of town, this day night. So
What's wrong with you niggas?
that's not respecting me or my business, right?
No, at all.
You asked for this night.
And you're not here.
And you're not here.
So first,
the deal breaker is the respect, because I think it's just my opinion. Anything shrouded in respect, you should be able to roll with, because it's a misunderstanding. If we're respecting each other, if we have a disagreement, it was shrouded in respect, so it's a misunderstanding, and it shouldn't be anything that's not repairable if it's shrouded in respect.
okay. I like that. That's real shit. That's real. So, for a staff,
Yeah.
what be your biggest misfit of staff? Because you're gonna flip staff. So you say you had some new people, you got some. What really be the deal breaker for you to even
The mentality that it's just a bar and they don't have to treat it like a job. That's been my biggest problem. It's just a bar and I don't have to treat it like a job. So that's not respecting me, right? On my business.
Right.
And the thing that I struggle with is you asked to come here. So the few requirements that I have of you to respect the business, and you're not doing that, then let's part ways. We ain't got to be mad at each other. You're not respecting the business. And if you're not going to respect the business, let's not fall out. Let's just part ways gracefully, right?
So when bartenders, should they pour a certain way? For as you're seeing them giving out, what's the amount? Now, how does that? Because I was always wondering how they.
You're trying to get me in trouble with these other boys in St. Louis. I'll tell you. I'll tell you from my perspective. That way, it leaves every other thing, any other place in the city is okay. Let's talk about me. Okay. I'm big on the economics of it. I'm not here just for a good time and just to have a bar in the neighborhood and people to come and kick it. I want to know the math. I want to know how much I'm making off every bottle. I want to know how. I want to know my inventory. I want to know what works for my clientele. Right. So I'm not going to get specific on the amount that I pour, but I'll tell you this: I pour more than you would get at an Applebee's or place like that, and I pour less than places that you get a lot more liquor for your money, and I'm okay with that. And there's nothing wrong with either way. It's just the economics for me. I'm in it for the long term. I'm not in it for the quick buck or anything like that. So I'm putting the mechanism in places to where I know where the money's going. I know what I'm spending money on. I know what I shouldn't be spending money on. I'm big on the business aspect of it rather than the good time of it. I want to understand where my money's going, what I should and shouldn't be doing. And I made it took me a long time to get there because I made plenty of mistakes. Because my first mistake, when I first opened, was trying to please everybody.
That's where you go wrong. That's where
I had so much liquor on the shelf, man, because people was telling me I drink this, they drink that. I don't. Nah. Man, I go get some specifics for somebody and it'll be sitting on that shelf for a long time because they ain't been back. So that was the number one thing. So the key thing was figuring out what my clientele drinks and keep that mostly, So my clientele is big on cognac. So I make sure I have plenty of cognac. Me personally, I love tequila, but it's not about me, right? It's about the business. So yeah, I have your premium tequilas, but most of my clientele is actually by way of cognac drinkers.
All right. I like cognac. Remy to be exact. So if you want to give me one, give me a Remy. I like that. So, it's anything you want to give me about, the business or Warehouse West, or any upcoming events, or, things that you got going on, so, that's a be for. We probably could take another one of these if you want to.
Absolutely.
Let's
get it.
So,
Again, I want to work with people. I want to bring talent to St. Louis. I want to bring, different acts here to some of your main acts. I want to partner with people that'll bring, and as you said in the beginning, you know me, I don't like to be on the scene. I don't like to be in the front. So it's cool when I have, I partner with people that can bring the crowd, because I want to do bigger talents. I want to bring, some of your, I'm not saying that I can afford, no way saying I can afford some of your bigger acts,
right.
But some of your medium strain actors and different things like that. I want to bring that in, but I got to partner with somebody that can bring the crowd, because we can bring the talent, but I don't want to bring the talent to an empty place.
I'm with you. I mean, you most definitely want one situation. Most definitely will. So you got to most definitely got to have the partners got to be able to communicate and be able to have the following for that, to be able to bring in those type of people. Because everybody think because you bring a certain person, certain rap, and you got to bring a certain artist.
Absolutely.
It can't be just be no old knucklehead. There's got to be somebody supplying it, man. It's just like everything else.
Yeah.
You gotta get what they want. So make sure you do that the right way, because I most definitely made a mistake on going off, fading to another way where I should have stayed in my lane. I actually lost. So you most definitely have to stay on the task of what's hot and what's consistent, man.
Well, one of the little subjects on the internet, it keyed to me when you were talking about staying in your lane. I think all lanes should be accessible to us. It's up to you to choose which lane you want to be a part of. And
What you mean?
So when you see on the internet and you say people, this is not your lane, they're trying to tell you as a person, you can't either afford to be in that lane, or that's not the lane for you. And I'll get into it a more specific. When somebody tells you, when you look at the podcasts and different things, and they say, well, that's not your lane, the thing that I'm trying to teach my son and my kids is every lane is accessible to you in life. Because you can afford to be in that lane, that don't mean that's the lane for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to teach my kids that anything is accessible to you.
Yeah, but sometimes that's true. That's like you driving.
Yeah.
You got the fast lane and you got the regular lanes. This is Pacific lane, the fast lane.
Yeah.
Only Pacific motion go in this lane.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get somebody that's in fast lane, they moving too slow.
There you go.
So sometimes they need to go back into the lane that was made for them, which is more steady for them. But you can get in this lane, but you gotta be able to keep up.
And that's my point right there, is you're not gonna tell me that that's not my lane. I could afford to be in that lane, I just choose not to be in that lane. And that's just my perspective and how I operate, but I 100% agree with you. If you can't keep up in that lane, go back over to small. But you're not gonna tell me that that's not the lane for me because of your thought and your opinion and different things like that. In short, I don't think any lane is not accessible to me. I think every lane is my choice on what lane I want to be in.
You most definitely got, life is about the choice. You most definitely got whatever choice you want to do do whatever you want to do. But I sometimes I feel like you good at this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Even though you may be trying to, go over into that, or maybe even may have some type of talent over there, But if you dominate over her, if it's broke, don't fix it. That's just how you say. That's how
You gotta take, but the only thing about it is, people are slave to their comfort, and
that was so real.
and if
You heard that, you heard this.
and when you in that comfort zone, you get complacent, and greatness doesn't come from complacency or being in. Greatness comes when you step outside of that. No matter, greatness comes when you do something extraordinary. When you take the risk. This was a risk. All of this was a risk.
You overcome.
This was, a bunch of money threw into this place, and
it's a gamble.
Yeah, because when I first opened up, we was closing at 9 o'clock at night, because I ain't have no customers.
Right.
And man, it was.
So how long did it honestly take you to actually build the clientele, the traffic, build it up to like from the day you open the doors?
From the day I opened it, so year 1, 2 was bad. I had spent a whole lot of money, and it wasn't people coming in. That was rough, and it was, it was depressing because, I came, my bartender stayed. I made sure they was taken care of, but it's, you build something this big, but I wasn't, again, I had to, even talking to my sister, Allison, she was like, I know it can be, she's a business owner too, that I know it can be challenging and I know it can be depressing, but you gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. So after those first 2 years, through partnerships, and that was one of the biggest things I had to get used to, because I don't deal with everybody.
Right.
So me not dealing with a lot of people, and I don't really be in a mix like that, my sister was like, why would you expect people to know where you are? Because you don't be in the mix and stuff like that.
You do make it come outside.
Yeah. So I still didn't want to be in the mix. So that's where the partnerships came in. So I partnered with different people that drew crowds and different things like that. And then when those relationships went away, some people stayed, some people left. Then we continued to grow. My bartenders, they had nice crowds. And then ultimately, the women just enjoy coming here.
And before we get back into what we was doing, it's just something that we always do. Every time, doing it again in the daytime. So we always do that as, I guess it's our gestures, our greeting to each other each time, that he just made it something that was, what's the word I'm looking for? All the time, whatever it is. So that's because you got me drinking. That's what I'm telling you right now. So, we're going to do that first before we get back to what we were doing. And yeah, so we're at this beautiful place, Warehouse West. It's on the West, the best, as they say.
Yeah.
So if you want to come out, have a nice time, we got pool table, we got 90-inch, we got great food from Rich Kitchen, we got dartboard, vending machines, comfortability for everybody, safety and all that. So if you want to come up to this place, he can tell you where to come. I can tell you where to come, but I prefer to tell you that he tell you where to come since it's his place. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, people, come and see us. We are at 1397 Hamilton, Warehouse West. We have rich friends in the kitchen throughout the week. We have my sister with AAA Fish House 2 in the kitchen as well throughout the week. We got nothing but good food, good drinks. Not only come by and patronize, let's do business together. Let's do some business together. Let's change this paradigm to where we're not doing business together and we're doing business with all these other places. Let's just do some business together.
Real bosses linking up, man, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the opportunity, man, to be able to come to this establishment and do this podcast. Like I said, this is my first one I did on the travel side. So, many more to come, you know what I'm saying? Opening your doors for me to come do this. I really appreciate every time, each time, you know what I'm saying? But until then,
You can talk yours, cause I'ma talk mine. We talking that talk, yeah, it's about time. You can talk yours and I'ma talk mine. We talking that talk, yeah, it's about time.